Hello my friends, diys-by-dar. Let's do the 6-strand beaded crochet choker. What you're gonna need is some 26 gauge non-tarnish wire and a crochet hook that is 5.75 in size, or get the size that you like, and size 6 beads. Now there is an easy way to get these tiny beads on the wire. If you get it on a string, all you need to do is take your wire and take your beads and just kind of fish that wire up through that line and put them on, and I'm going to show you here in a second. I have my bead board out here, and this is a Sandra Younger board that comes with the clips, and you can measure it out because what you're looking for is about 11 inches of beads, and depending on your bead size, that makes a difference. You take and you make that first loop, just turn it around and slip your crochet hook in and start to crochet. Grab that end and you're going to just pull that through, wrap it around, pull it through, wrap the wire around your hook, pull it through, wrap it around that hook and pull it through. And we're going to put 8 of them on, and then drop your beads down, wrap it around, pull it through, and kind of pinch at the back side so the beads don't move. Drop 3 beads down, wrap it around your hook, and pull it through. Give a little pinch. Drop 3 beads down, wrap it around your hook, and pull it through. Easy as that. I'm not quite at 11 inches, so I'm going to put a couple more sets on. No matter what size beads you're using, you're shooting for 11 inches in a bead strand. A lot of times I will straighten that out, and I will actually take, if I've got one already done, and just line them up and compare the size. And these are pretty close here, so we're good to go. On the end of that, we're going to go ahead and just do the straight single loop crochet once again with your 26 gauge wire. But this time we're going to put 9 on, because you're going to cut that wire and take the end of the wire and feed it through that loop. And just pull it tight. So that basically leaves you with 8 loops on your start end and on your finish end. I use a clipboard, which makes it a little bit easier, so you can clip them at the top. And I'm going to take and get them all straight and line them all up and get the strands. I just alternated the colors, and I just used 2 colors on this to make it a little bit easier to see. Line them all up so they're starting at about the same point. Take and kind of pull them together and you're just going to go ahead and take and start twisting as straight as you can and as tight as you can. And I'm not going to finish that twist because I'm just going to go ahead and start braiding. Make sure your beads are kind of lined up so the top portion of the beads are up, because you're going to have a front side and a back side, and you want that front side to show more of the beads, and the back side's going to show more of the wire. So the first one goes over the top and then under the second one. You're going to try to hold them in place, go to the other side. That outside strand goes under, then it goes over, then it's going to go under. And this is our switch off from our one side to the other here. Separate them all, keep them straight. Tricky, got to hold them down with both hands in place over the top and under. Straighten them out and hold that group of 3 in place. This side's going to go under, over, and then under the next one to switch off in that middle. You can see that braid starting to form there. Over the top and under, over, and under. Just keep doing this until you get all the way to the other side. Trying to keep your beads up and everything held together. Okay, I'm getting to the end here, and it may get a little bit uneven, but that's okay. Just keep taking and doing the same process, and when you run out of beads and all you have left is wire, you're going to go ahead and start that twist as tight as you can and as straight as you can. You can even make these into bracelets if you do a little bit of a smaller set. Just keep twisting. Usually I like to twist that end until you reach about 2 inches of length to work with. We have about a good 2 inches, and that is where I'm going to snip that top off. There's one end, have to do the other end, and line them up when you're going to snip them off, and snip them the same length. I'm going to put a big bead cap on the end of these. You can see it right there. Then you're going to take some pliers, some bail wrapping pliers, And you're going to wrap that around and make a loop and just feed that end down the top of that bead cap, and you're going to have to keep working it a bit and basically pushing it down inside as far as you can go. Push that bead cap down too, make it as tight as you can up to where those beads are. Just make sure it's tight, and you're going to have to work it a little bit because there's going to be some ends that are going to stick up. Just go around and tamp them down and keep going around and make a nice little connection point for yourself as round as you can. And try to make them pretty much even, which they look good. Now here's a little alligator clip on a peg that goes on my board, and I need to add my cord on there, and I'm going to take a 2mm bigger cord right here, about 18 inches of it, and I'm going to put it through my metal loop, and I'm going to clip it on that clip. I'm taking a real small 0.5mm, the same color type of cord, and this is some synthetic polyester cord. This is a knitter's needle, which is plastic. Lay that on the top, and I like to put 3 loops on there, so I'm going to go around that 3 times. Feed it through the needle, and then pull it through. Now I've got to go the other direction, so I'm going to feed that needle back through and take the other end. Feed it through, pull that side through. Now gently snug that down and get that loop where you want it, and try to make both your sides equal. Tighten it down as hard as you can. You can use pliers here too. Now since this is synthetic cord, which I love because we're going to turn this into plastic, pull the other cords back, snip it, but give yourself a little bit because you're going to melt it. It's going to turn into plastic. Push that button down, and you're going to do that with each little strand that's hanging off. Now when you get both sides on, take and line up the loops on your necklace. Pull the cord straight, find that center point, and you're just going to snip it. Now you can put beads on the ends if you have some that are big enough, which is always fun, or you can just tie it. Tie a little knot, and I do like to just hit that knot with a little bit of heat so it doesn't untie. And then you can just take and fluff your cord up. Now we need to put the macrame slide knot on. And again, the 0.5 millimeter, you got to hold it on the bottom with your finger. And it's pretty much, it's just basically, it's a macrame knot. So take and you have to hold that on the bottom with your finger. And here is the sequence. Under the bottom, up through the top. Pull it. Over the top, and then up through the bottom. The bottom, the top. If you forget where you're at, just push on the cords and see where the last one went through the top. So top, up through the bottom. When you get it as long as you want, once again, snip it, and I leave a little longer this time, and make that little plastic button and push it down onto that slide. You can see that little piece of string there. Light it, melt it, push it down. All right. Now we have our necklace complete. And that macrame slide knot slides very nicely. Here we go. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.